Are we live?
So you know what I find embarrassing
What?
is when you are not ready for
And then
the
something
stream
happens?
and then something happens and then you... Oh, hi everyone! Happy
Hello,
Monstering!
happy
Sorry about
Monstering.
that false start. We thought we'd have a little bit of fun and leave you guessing again as to whether or not we were in fact ready for you. We are ready for you.
Yes.
And welcome to a special live stream of My Sing Monsters Live where we'll be looking at user islands
Yes,
that have been
exactly.
submitted to us, as well as some top island stuff. Now, Michael, is there anything that you've noticed that's
Yes,
different about
I
me
do see that
today?
you are in your finest garb here, which you haven't been wearing.
Yes,
lately.
the full Monster Handler uniform hasn't been taken out of mothballs for quite a little
I was
bit
gonna
of
say, have you
time
worn
now.
that on any of the MSM live streams yet?
No, we have not done any
In full
debut
regalia.
of this on My Singing Monsters Live. I need to button this up in order to have the full effect. But I figured that it was appropriate
ask you
since today is an opportunity to take a closer look at all the fine decorating that people have done of their islands in My Singing Monsters and My Singing Monsters Dawn of Fire. So I figured I would get a little dressed up myself.
Well, it looks very nice.
Yeah. Did you know that this is a patch of real mammoth fur?
Really?
Yes, it was shed.
I was gonna
There's
say, obviously,
there's actually some pink pom-pom tuft fibers on there as well.
it's collected a lot. You know,
That's right.
when you're in the monster world, like
It's very
you know,
easy. Oh, everyone's shedding constantly.
I'm surprised you actually don't have any Epic Maw traces on there.
Yeah,
I assume you got it dry cleaned.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
I
That
did
makes sense.
at only the finest of dry cleaners that service Monster World travelers. So, what are we starting out with today?
So today we're going to start with looking at some of the current top islands are in game. So we're gonna go do that same way we showed. I'll let you, Eric. You can get us there. Hands off.
Yes.
Let Eric drive.
Yes, it's.
There we go. Perfect.
This is not a top island. Notably, if I recall correctly, this is the island that we were working on when we did our Firehaven party last Wednesday. And only the stog remains bigified.
Did you go back in after the fact?
I believe they were unbigified. The proper verb is unbigify. They were unbigified after, like, oh, shrub is still bigified there. I just you got me saying the wrong verb. I unbigified train because it was slightly intimidating
Oh, was it?
for me.
Okay, so here we go. Obviously, we're at our plays from before.
So let's take a look and visit top islands. Of course, we'll look at the top regular islands this week, which is sort of the theme of how people have been decorating their islands. So let's take a
now
closer look.
I am very interested to see how I looked at some of these earlier.
Okay.
And there were some
in preparation.
Yeah, you know,
for
wanted
today's
to see
stream.
what the crop was. There was some very nice usage of globes.
That's good.
But you know, these things can change.
That's right. Even since when you checked, of course, it's entirely dependent on the upvotes and downvotes of the community.
Yes. So we're gonna load in there. I said visit number 1.
There we go. Just a little bit of lag. Yeah. Not a big deal. Hey!
Oh, look at this! Fire to fire.
Fittingly, we have here a fire haven that, surprisingly enough, I don't know if you can observe it there in the upper left corner, but I think we have some stacked items.
Oh yeah, the up there in the right here.
Yes, this is the same issue that we encountered
with
when we were with the advent tool, where there are sort of some phantom items there, which we'll have to rectify in an upcoming push. But let's not concentrate on that for now. Let's concentrate on the gloriousness that is this fire haven.
So it's called Crucial Cog. That's what they've named this one.
That's their moniker. That's their
moniker,
moniker, which is, of course, based on the Celestial. Do you know which Celestial it's based on, Michael?
Crucial Cog, is that Vamp?
It is Vamp. Very good.
I know my
yes, that's a very high-ranking moniker. So congratulations to this user. There's an awful lot of wild bagpipe that has settled in
I've
to
seen
this fire haven.
A lot of use in a lot of the fire haven things I've been seeing. People like the bagpipes as like zoning things off.
It is. It sort of acts like a
fences
fence, right? That sort of protects certain areas. You can see here that there are multiple breeding structures at play. So they've got the bonus breeding structure available there, and both have been upgraded to their enhanced forms, which cut breeding times by 25%. So we can see that this user is a very...
they know what they're doing.
Yes, they've got a fine economy going on here. If I'm not mistaken, look at that. They've got 2 trings.
Yeah, I know. That was
the
the first
quad
thing I
element
noticed.
monsters. So
2 trings.
Oh no, there's a third. There's a third hiding there on the bottom left corner. So you see where our little fire bat critter is. Yes, the monster is sleeping. If I'm not mistaken, this is a complete fire haven. There's one of every available monster species on this island. Flower gets sort of a starring role right there in the middle.
Well, he's got nice symmetry.
That's right. Right down the middle, sort of a forward-facing monster. Many of them sort of appear as if they're turned to diagonal, but Flower, notably, is straight on to the camera. And their bakeries are all cooking. Something juicy there, and their wishing torches all lit. So hopefully... Oh, is that another tring in their breeding structure in the upper left corner? Let's zoom in, shall we? And take a closer look. No, that's view mode. I think you can just... there you go. There you go. Another tring awaiting it in their breeding structure. Yeah, they've got something good going on there. I've always been curious about the fact that on the Traveler's sign, the writing is not monstrous,
but
we've
talked
in
about that before.
human world text script. I wonder if that there's something more to that. I don't know.
Who knows?
But we'll have
there?
to could be.
Everywhere.
Who's to say? All right, let's take a closer look at the next of the top islands. We'll give it an upvote while we're here.
Obviously. Go to the next. One thing I did like here is that they had the breeding structure offset.
Mm-hmm.
Like they flipped them. Oh, that was interesting.
That is interesting.
I think this might be the one that I saw. Yes, it is. This
On
is
to the
one
next. Wow.
I was really liking the use over here. Oh, let me give you full view here, and then we can really dive in. But
all right. So notably, this is a mirror cold island.
Yes, you can see because of all the what is that?
There's the ethereal sinews.
See, I was going to say ethereal goop, but I knew
goop
is
just as acceptable, I think, in the monster handling community. Yep, covered with goop, and of course the moon appearing in a mirror image to the Prime Reality's cold island. There seems to be a decidedly blue theme happening here on this mirror cold island.
Well, and I love that. Well, and they even chose to use blue for the globes.
That's right.
And love how it says cold, cold. That was the first thing that I was trying to. I also gotta say, fan of this this magpie feature right here.
Right in between the water features of the tub fountains.
It's like it's on a pedestal.
That is very nice. And those, I believe, bigified epic fir corns taking a front step there, and a chorus of pangos along either side, both the rare and the
Could
common.
do with some more pangos.
And look at all those cold globes that appear up there
Rows and rows
along the back. One of the new decorations that was unveiled during Anniversary Month this year. Don't call it a snow globe.
No, I know.
Don't call it a snow globe. It's a cold globe. The monsters are very insistent on that fact.
Why are they very insistent upon it?
Because the element is not snow,
Oh,
it's
it's
cold.
cold.
They say
True.
cold globes.
True.
And that's not globes with a W.
It's
just the regular globe.
You can see really just working on the deeges here. Deej.
Oh, yeah.
Getting more deeges.
Yeah. I wonder if there's a place on this island where the user is able to place their monster.
Like a secret spot that's like, this is where when they get on, we unload it
Exactly,
here.
because it's always valuable to place a monster before selling it if it's a monster that you don't want in order to gain the XP that you normally get. All right, an upvote for this one.
Upvote,
Shall
party.
we progress to number 3? This moniker was Wublin Waker. Wake up the Wublins, wake up the Wublins.
I think this is going to be a fire haven. Ooh, not.
Oh.
I like the globe work here.
I do.
like the Talker Parlasona, both getting their own little stage.
Yes, very nice. A good collection of rare monsters here in addition to the common group. We've got a couple of special monsters there just hanging out outside the hotel. Sugarbush and Punkleton just taking it easy. Rare Punkleton on the other side, calling across.
Hey man, what's
I'm
up?
curious to know what's going on with all of those mostly unlit globes in that sort of
On
square
the-
formation
yeah.
on the left-hand side.
I don't even know what it would make necessarily.
Maybe that's sort of like a blank slate where this user
Where they test
uses to
stuff?
communicate
Oh.
different ideas, maybe like emojis or shapes or something like that.
That'd be
And
fun.
they've got their suite of dipsters down there right along the front.
I will say one of the things here is I don't think I've ever seen an island arranged like this in direct horizontal.
Usually in sort of a diagonal
exactly right, because the
configuration.
grids are kind of built to that. But this is very interesting.
A maximum mine up there in the upper right corner. So
Gotta get your max.
thank you for your support. This means that this is a paying user,
player,
someone
yeah.
who's unlocked the premium structures. That's very neat. I particularly like the globes, the way the pattern. You're not even really aware of it at the time, but as it travels
snaking?
across, as it travels across, it moves through the spectrum.
Yes.
And it almost seems like an individual globe's color is changing shape, but really it's just the effect of it transferring.
Yeah,
all
because
the
you
way
can hardly
across.
see the subtle changes globe to globe, right?
Right, and they've gone all the way down the
Globe
tree of globe coloration. I think they've got their secondary, their tertiary, their quaternary, their quintenary, their and then
Septenary.
heptan. Is it hepta or
I think
septa?
there's. Did you
Who?
say hex? There's hex.
Oh right,
then sept, then oct.
hexanary. We'll have to look up those adjectives later. In the
Upvote.
meantime, let's give this an upvote and move on to the next. If anyone knows what the correct adjectival form is for 6, but secondary, please let us know.
It's very important.
Another fire haven.
Fire haven
This
in
one,
the
this one
making.
looks like it's still in development.
Yes, this is clearly, like they've been working on completing the collection.
That's right. A lot of the obstacles still present.
But you see that they're working their way down.
That's right. Sort of clearing it away. Who knows if one day they'll leave it as a wide open expanse for the monsters to frolic in, or
That's what I like doing.
or whether or not they will one day decorate it to their choosing.
Also, another mine up there.
Yes, the mini mine. I like this one. This one also, I believe, is a complete fire haven in terms of all of the available monsters have been placed on the island, which is quite a feat given the fact that Fire Haven was only unveiled to us last Wednesday.
Not even a full week.
That's right. All right, let's move on to the next.
A Stritch Tickler.
Ooh, yes, the Stritch skin.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
Whoa! Bigify me! Woo!
Sort of like an expression you might hear in the monster world
Yeah.
when someone is expressing incredulity. Well, bigify me. I like that.
Ooh, doctor, look at
There's
these.
lots of. I
boys!
particularly like the swaying dragons.
Yes.
They're great. When, in
Immediately drawn
their
to it.
bigified forms, you really get a huge range of motion. You can imagine this would be just a huge creature just swaying
Think about the
back and
gust
forth.
that would come.
I
Like,
know, and especially when it wags its tail like that, and
Be loud.
and a couple of super ethereal wabaks there up on
Look
back
at-
doing their synchronized moves. I love this one. Another very complete collection. You can see.
Very.
There's,
Like,
and
there's even their hidden humbugs back there.
I
in
see
the
that,
back,
and a couple of ghasts there, creeping up behind, and and it looks like a pretty fresh wabbox down there at the front.
Oh yes.
I like this one. Shall we
Chili
continue?
Conqueror, of course. Oh, we're there we are.
There we go.
I love Ethereal. I just love the colors.
Yeah, I love the color
Really.
scheme of Ethereal Island as well.
There's a lot of color lacking in the
Ooh,
book these days.
our first Wublin Island that we've seen.
We got a complete collection here? I believe so.
Let me see. Only one I don't see, notably, is Wubbox itself.
Of course.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I
Yep.
don't see
Nope,
a
definitely
Wubbox,
no
but
Wubbox.
there's your bigified blip
Yes,
squeak
I
up
saw the
there on the
bigified
central
blip squeak.
platform.
I assume he is currently taking where Wellbox will one day be. 'Cause
Oh,
you see-
perhaps sort of warming the spot.
Exactly. There is a blip squeak already down there on the
Oh.
main stage, right?
Either that or this blip squeak is sort of like running this
Yes,
Wublin Island.
conducting.
Perhaps so, with those little lights that emit to show which part of its body it's referring to. An upvote. Let's keep it rolling. I love Wublin Island. Look at all those lights shining, the power of electricity coursing through
I will
it.
say one of my favorite videos that we made was the Wubbox Wublin Island thing. I always
Yes,
thought
that
was
is
so
a good one. Oh, our
Electricity.
first Celestial Island.
cool. Oh, look at these boys. They're so cute.
Also looks like a pretty complete collection. I see Ludwig, I see Syncopite,
Oh, there's
Glacier,
Rust.
Blasum, Atmos, Hornicle up there on the cracked orbital piece.
Not complete yet.
Oh,
Of course.
well, of course. There are
course.
more Celestials still to be uncovered in the wreckage of Celestial Island. But for as many
complete
as have been recovered, looking great. I think it's interesting that there are mostly plant-like decorations that encircle the edge of this Celestial Island, almost as if they're trying to bring a little bit of greenness to this otherwise
back to
very,
life.
very stone-like and sort of rough-hewn island. I like that sort of.
Well, you
It's sort of like
kinda-
a green space in an urban environment, sort of
Yeah,
thing.
and you kind of have the sand, right? So it's, I'd say it's like reclaiming.
Yes, retilling the soil.
yes,
Let's give that an
exactly.
upvote before we
I almost
progress.
forgot that vote.
We're at weekly rank 7.
That means just a few more. And
Just
then
a
we
few more,
hop
and
over
then
the
we'll hop
islands.
over to the islands that have been submitted to us. Ah, Gold Island. I really like the diversity of islands
I was
that we've
going to
seen
say
in
that
this
I'm
top island
impressed by-
series.
I honestly thought that we were going to get a lot of just Fire Havens, the new hotness.
Mm-hmm.
But
New hotness.
it
Very good.
is.
Very
but
good.
yeah,
Yes, a
the
good
hotness.
pun.
Didn't
As I
even see my
mentioned,
pun.
there are the puns again emerging from the monster handlers.
But yeah, the amount of diversity. Is there any? Oh, we haven't had air or earth or water.
That's right. We
But I
have
think that
had
would be it.
a plant. We've had a cold. We had a mirror cold.
Yes, I'm counting that as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would as well. Well, would you look at this? A great use of bigification
Yes.
here
great
on
use.
this
Very
gold island, and a Wubbox
big.
currently being
Awaiting.
filled, perhaps. Yes, awaiting its powered up state. That's one of the biggest stretch goals in my Sing Monsters, getting that
quite an
powered up
achievement.
Wubbox, and possibly even more impressive to get a powered up Wubbox, powered up rare Wubbox on Gold Island. That's a huge undertaking. Upvote. On to the next. A nice
Good
rare
old-
Yule there in the center.
I was gonna say Rare Blabbit. He was my fave.
Good. Oh, I like this globe display.
Oh,
You know who it is?
It's Mario and Luigi.
It's Mario and Luigi. They look great.
Oh, that's see. I love seeing the creativity
Yeah.
that comes out with the globes.
Yeah, they must have really worked hard to get that sort of brown-like quality for the hair and mustaches on both of these
That's
figures.
insane.
Because brown, you have to mix so many colors to get sort of to that shade. Can you zoom in? Let's take a
Yeah,
closer
let's
look
get in
at either Mario or Luigi.
We'll go to Luigi. He never gets enough
They've
credit.
done an excellent job, and the flashing eyes
Yes.
of Luigi and Mario. Perhaps they're blinking.
Yeah, we'll say they're blinking. I will say it was very interesting when we first got to the island. I was like, what's going on here? And then it took me a second, and then immediately.
But very well done. I also like that there's a combination of amber things and freed things throughout. They're really going heavy on the amber
And
theme.
on things.
That's right, and things, which hail from the realm of Thingia. All right, let's give this an upvote and take a look at our last top island that we'll check out for today before we switch over. Another wobbling island.
This one, I believe, is complete. We got the
Yep, I see Wubbox.
Wubbox.
Can you name all the
All of them?
wobblings? Okay.
Oh man, really putting me on the spot here.
I am.
Um,
Let's go from top left to
okay.
right.
Brump. Drum roll.
Very good.
I can never say.
You have to be careful with that one.
Yeah.
Drum roll. Yes.
Poke.
Yep.
Zinth. And then that one's Giger, right?
Giger,
Okay.
yes.
I always want to say Screamu for some reason, but because I always think he's covering up a scream.
Right.
Who are you? You start with. We're coming back. Waji.
Waja.
Wubbox. Blipsqueak. Bon Appetit.
Yep.
Creepskull.
Yep.
Thwack.
Yep.
Zucker.
Yep.
Screamu.
Yep.
Mulch.
Yep. Frick one give you strength. It's like a delicacy in the human world.
Scargo.
Very good.
Oh man, now Pixelotl obviously at the bottom.
Yep.
Astropod.
Yep.
And
You're still missing 3 by
Dermot
my
at the
reckoning.
top.
Yes, very good.
I told you to come to me. And who are you?
Who are you thinking of? One in the red or the one?
Both.
Okay, so one in the red is based on a name for your eardrum. Do you remember what that's
Dromedary?
called? No.
No, I was gonna say. No, Dromedary's not even. He's in Dawn of Fire, or it's in Dawn.
That's right.
I don't know.
All right. Well, you got I think 18 out of the 20. So that's
it's gonna kill me though.
That's what 90%.
That's 90%. I was a 90% student in school. So
I'm sure you were, but a failure when it comes to monster.
I was so
I'm
close!
teasing. You're missing Timpa and Fleechworm.
I knew it was worm, and I just couldn't think of what the first.
All right, let's give that an upvote and a great set of top islands this week, and the week has only just begun.
It has only just begun. There's so much more. So did you want to? I know you wanted to share a few tips.
Yes, while we're taking a look at islands during this stream, I was going to share some of my Monster Handler tips and tricks, some best practices when it comes to decorating your islands, some shortcuts that you might take, and some other just sort of design considerations straight from the mouth.
I was going to say some personal.
Yeah, just some things that I like to see. Now, of course, the Top Islands is not curated at all by the Monster Handlers. It's entirely decided by the community. So any tips that I might give today, don't think that, doubt
they'll have any effect.
Right, I just wanted to make sure that it's not like,
it's not like you're personally
exactly,
going through
I'm not
every
picking
island.
them personally. They are decided by the community. So it's just some recommendations, just some advice. So perhaps Eric, everyone say hi to Monster Handler Eric, who's behind the camera, and Monster Handler Sydney, who is in our chat today, doing a great job of taking your questions and redirecting people where they need to go. So say hi to both of those Monster Handlers in the chat for us. Hi, Eric. Hi, Sydney. So, Eric, if we're ready, I would love to talk about my first tip. That first tip is plant a unity tree.
Now, why would I want to plant?
You'd want to plant a unity tree because the powers of the unity tree allow a monster's likes, the effects of them, to be broadcast across the island, even into hotels and storage structures. So that's quite
seems like a pretty good idea.
quite a powerful structure to add to the mix, and it just opens up so many more possibilities in terms of placing the decorations where you want
Instead
on
of
a given
going
island,
for the
as
lights.
opposed to having to make sure that the lights are adjacent to the monsters that like them.
Allows for a lot more diversification.
That's right, and you can sort of the world is your oyster.
Makes sense.
At that point. All right, let's take a look at some islands, shall
Let's get in there. This first one here is from This Means War.
Whoa.
But they actually
Perhaps they really you mind dragging that screen over just a little bit? Thank you so much. Here is, I really like this Fire Haven. You know why? Each monster gets their own path tile.
pedestal.
Yeah, that's right. They're sort of path tile little, that's right, display. That's right. I really like that. And the fact that each monster sort of gets a quite different configurations. Or, if I'm not mistaken, no, they are symmetrically placed. Right there. I like that. This looks like a complete collection to me. Fire Haven. You've got your bonus nursery and breeding structures up there on the corners. Great. What were you going to say?
I always wonder how the choice why does Flugel get the yellow path? Why? Oh, I mean, I guess there is. I think, if I'm looking correctly, not even that.
I think it might actually be designed to go with the gradient of the floor of Fire Haven itself. You have, although with a notable exception of Cana, right there in the middle, it's quite dark and stands out in strong contrast
also
to the
blacks
to the ground.
at the front there. That's not.
Yep, that's true.
Right. Those were the ones that were throwing me off.
Yes,
Eric, can we
that's
see that
either
next
the
one?
Ignoxious
From
path.
Abed Shark 10. Whoa!
Well,
getting toe jammery.
yes, that's a lot of jammers.
Cold mirror cold again. Here.
Yep, another mirror cold island.
Do you think this person likes
Toe jammers? I would say so. I think it's interesting that all these toe jammers are facing the same direction.
Oh yeah.
None of them have been flipped, so they're all just sort of in a sort of perhaps they're gazing at something off camera.
You know what?
Something in the distance.
Here's the funny thing.
What?
You're wrong though. They're all facing one way.
Except for one at the top in the middle.
Yeah.
You had to correct me, didn't you, Michael?
No, I love it.
And then a solitary maw down there at the front. Yeah, there's a rare deej, a couple of monsters tucked up there at the.
Interesting that it's
top.
that it's a maw down there and not like a.
Perhaps Ma is leading this army
Maybe.
of toe jammers on some sort of quest.
As Eric said behind the camera, they're all saluting.
Yes, sort of in like a.
It looks like the
sort of in ranks. In serried ranks assembled. Well, I like it. Shall we see the next?
Yes, of course.
Ah,
Wow.
Starhenge.
Yes.
In its
Quite
ancestral assembled form.
We also have the friend code here. Those who provided their friend code, we have added there. So if you're looking for some friends, go ahead and add away. But yeah.
And these friend codes, of course, pertain to the games that their provided screenshots are from. So this is a friend code that will work in Dawn of Fire.
Yes,
of course. Important distinction.
That is a good distinction to add. You're always thinking.
I'm always thinking. I'm always making sure. There's a lot of activity happening there on the rotating orbital.
What is that
piece.
called?
There's
a
the ship.
rotating
I don't know. We've never really named it.
I want to call it Steve.
Steve?
Yeah.
Not that kind of name. What would you call the rotating piece that orbits around Starhenge?
Rotatoroo.
No. Well, I mean, I suppose...
You don't like any of my names!
Well, I do like them. I
would like to hear what
something.
people say.
I'm very interested to hear what people think. Because what's that word for the planetary model? Isn't it like an orrery or something like that? It's sort of the mechanism here on Starhenge sort of echoes that sort of idea. That's right, all the gears.
That's what it's called, an
shifting.
orrery?
I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong.
News to me.
In the chat, perhaps someone knows the correct
do we
term
have our astrologist or who would best know?
I don't know that. I don't think it'd be an astrologist.
I
It'd be an astronomer.
Astronomer.
Yes.
Of course.
Although, interestingly, astrology is sort of connected as part of the idea
Yes.
of Starhenge and the Celestials, because
Very
of course
much
each
so.
Celestial belongs to a given month that aligns with the human world, and it has a specific constellation that gives you your celestial fortune. So it's very much like astrology.
What's next month? I know.
This month coming.
Yes.
Oh, that's Weathered Winds.
Of course.
I'm right on.
And of course
I'm
it
on
is.
top
It is.
of it. It's
Atmos.
Atmos. That's right. That's going to be coming to Starhenge in Dawn of Fire. So snatch up Plixie while you can.
Do it.
Shall we see the next?
Oh,
Oh,
wait, another one. So this one, this is same user.
Okay.
They showed us the Dawn of Fire one, so now they wanted to show.
perfect.
You know?
Get
So
to
now you
see
get both Prime
the best
colors,
of
too.
both worlds, if you will.
Best.
I like the fact that the Wubbox, both common and rare, are perched up on those floating rocks up there. On
People
the,
typically want to do that.
Yeah,
They work so hard.
I
for
know.
it,
I
right?
always put my nursery and breeding structure up there because I like the floor, if you will, of an island to be sort of a level playing ground. But I also like the position that they've been placed in here because, of course, again, they've got their bonus structures, and so they're allowed to achieve a little bit more symmetry. And speaking of
Symmetry.
that,
Oh, do you have a tip for us?
I believe I have another tip that's
Hot
prepared.
tip incoming.
Are you prepared? It's embrace asymmetry.
I know you have so many tips that I feel like go everything against
What most
my,
people,
what I like.
what you
and-
like to
yeah,
do.
yeah.
A lot of users over the years we've noticed in My Singing Monsters like to have a nice, clean center line right down their island, and they'll try and do mirrored images of each other on either side. This is curious to me because I love and I embrace asymmetry. I like the idea of thinking of the islands as sort of like a wild jungle environment where it's not exactly always clear to know where you're going to be with each step.
So you
it's
like
sort of like
thinking of it's
a
an actual
wild,
world.
wild terrain. Absolutely, the wild terrain of each island. So embrace asymmetry whenever you can. I think it's a glorious thing. I think it makes them feel so organic. It makes them feel
But-
a little less manicured. I love the wild side of the monster world.
We people like that.
Oh,
Symmetrical.
symmetry
thing,
is great, but I just wanted to make sure
Embrace
that you
something
can
else,
know
yeah.
that you have other options as well. All right, let's see what's next after this.
Back to islands.
Wow, this is BL Murphy 00 Lee or Murphy-Uli. I don't know if those are zeros or O's.
Blur Murphy.
Murphy-Uli.
Yuli.
I like that. This looks like a completely path-covered fire haven
Yes, I don't see
on every
square.
available grid square.
You know what I like here?
What
What do you think I like here?
is it? The symmetry?
I do like the symmetry.
Okay, what else do you like?
But even more
Oh,
important,
do you like those bigified
I
side
like
bops?
those bigified side bops.
Of course you do. See, there's a little bit of asymmetry happening here because they've got their nurseries on one side and their breeding structures on another.
They're
So sort of
embracing asymmetry.
exactly, they've got a little bit of both happening here, which is great. That just makes life all the more richer.
Also, they don't have
A rich
all their,
tapestry.
There's 2 wishing torches lit and 1 wishing torch lit. A
Wow.
little more asymmetry for you.
There you go. So if you've got if this user is your friend, go and help them out and light a wishing torch. That's right. All right, let's see what's next. Wow! Ooh, this one reminds me of like a topiary garden, where you've got all of those, sculpted
Like
bushes.
Oh, here's a sculpture.
exactly
of, a man
of
and-
one, doing some sort of
It
exciting
reminds
move.
me of a hedge maze.
Yes.
That's what I get.
Mhm.
Love me a good hedge maze. You know what? They don't make enough hedge mazes in the world. Let's have more hedge mazes.
More hedge mazes? Well, they've
Yeah.
got lots in the monster world, as we can see depicted here. If I'm not mistaken, the 2 types of trees that are being used in this particular pattern are Zuffel
Yeah, that's your
tree
ready
and
one.
is that a Rasley tree or
I
a
think the best look if you got is
Is
on
it
the
a
bottom
bluefy?
right there.
Bluefy tree? I'm not sure. I'd have to double check. See, my monster world horticulture
I was gonna say.
is a little lacking. That was one of my
You-
least
you're,
favorite
you're,
subjects.
You're obviously. I'd
I'm more.
say-
I skew monster.
Yeah, you definitely skew
every
monster
time,
and
but I-
even more so history.
That's right.
Right. That
And
was
so-
your
and
bread
so-
and butter.
And so if anyone knows what the green trees on this island are, please feel free to correct a stomped
Yes.
monster
Stomped.
handler Matt.
More Dawn of Fire we got going on here.
Space Island.
Space Island.
Pretty busy. There's lots of monsters happening here. This looks to me like it's if not a complete, then a very near complete space island.
Definitely using a similar sort of tactic that I used with my own Space Island of putting those big ones near the back
Mm-hmm.
and then letting
Monsters
the
with a little
smaller
more
ones-
heft to them, a lot of girth. You've got Snizer, Deej, Sponge,
Tring.
and Tring back there. And then, sort of like what we were observing earlier with that one top island in My Singing Monsters, monsters that are sort of arranged in sort of vertical
Linear.
lines. Yeah, very interesting. I like Toe Jammer on Space Island because
Why?
you can really see through the
You like
transparency
the
of that monster.
translucency?
Mm-hmm.
The,
Oh yes, I guess it would be more translucent than transparent.
Transparent, same thing. I like that everyone wants to party with Flower. There's
Again,
a little
Flower right in the
little
middle.
congregation there.
They're clearly embracing the same sort of design,
They
sort of instincts.
Yes, the
that
symmetry.
other- as that
He's
other
facing
user
the
with-
thing. It makes sense that he's at the front of the thing. I get it.
Great.
I understand you. I think like you.
Shall we segue into another tip, or are there a few more to go there, Eric? Before we get to our next tip, I'm always ready with my tips. I'm excited to share my tips.
We still have quite a few.
Quite a few. Okay, then let's
Well,
keep
not
going.
quite a few, but we still.
Then let's keep
We have
going.
one to go.
Do you have one quick update from the chat?
Oh, what's that?
Cora Zucker would like you to know it's a Rasley tree.
Rasley tree.
I don't even think you said Rasley.
I think I said.
You were.
Did
on-
I?
Oh.
Did I say Rasley?
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I might have said Bluefy, but I think
You did say-
Bluefy's a more feathery green.
Yeah, that was-
And I know
that
it's
was the
not.
one-
And I know it's not a saggle tree or a crumpler tree. So thank you very much for that identification of the Rasley tree.
Very, very accurate. Now, obviously, they have the advantage of being able to look it up, but you know, I like to think that they knew that off the top of their head. Probably.
It's very possible. Here we are on Gold
Chris
Island.
goes, yo! He goes, yo, Matt.
Oh, hello, yo, to Chris.
This is a nice gold island.
Yes, there's lots
Lot
of
of progress.
asymmetry happening here, which I love. A lot of progress. Yes,
Got some epics.
a nice collection of seasonals up there, up near the Crystal Castle. Very
that
nice.
Crystal
And some quite a few epic monsters that have been placed on this gold island. I can see epic Noggin, epic Toe Jammer, epic Pom Pom, epic Potbelly, epic Furcorn. So epic Tweedle. Where's Potbelly? Potbelly is hiding
Oh, I see.
right up
Right
above
above Noggin.
from above
Yep.
above Noggin. So
Furcorn
clearly
there.
this user has been working hard on feeding their monsters up to the prerequisite level 15 to get
Putting
them
in the
eligible placed on Gold Island. So
Putting in the
great job, Chris goes, yo. I'm a big fan of this Gold Island.
Cyborg Gator 98.
Here is just an angelic celestial island.
Simply beautiful, you know, really giving some tranquility
Mm-hmm.
to which I think they needed.
Yeah, you're a little shook after an
Yeah.
impact of that severity. And if I'm not mistaken, these are puffle trees around the edge forming that protective ring. A few piney trees up there on the cracked piece, along with a glorious tree fort tower, perhaps to use as a lookout to see if there are any other islands nearby. Although, so far as I know, Celestial Island was formed, the crash quite a bit a ways away from many of the other islands.
Well, you know, I know we did a deep dive
we have
on
just
the
very deep
on
dive
the-
on
the
monster,
world of
on
the
the
universe and
geography of the monster world.
we
yes.
had that nice map drawing for us.
Yeah,
of
so
the
even
world.
that tree fort tower might not be tall enough to observe what's on the horizon, but it's always worth a try. And
Yeah.
who knows? The monster world is a magical place. Things shift in
That's
position.
it's always shifting, right?
Who knows?
Whoa!
Wow,
This is
very complete gold island.
very
Ooh,
fun.
I love this. Why do I love this? Can you guess?
It's let's say it is not. It's embracing asymmetry.
Yes. But there's something else that I like even more. This is Diane's gold island. Hi, Diane.
Hello, Diane. Very nice.
With her friend code.
They're
appearing
all.
there.
You know what I like?
What? What do you like?
I like that they're all grouped together.
Yes, in
You know?
families.
Yes.
You can
You
see
got your
that they're
mammoths,
yes, there
you
you
got
have. Yeah, your mammoths, your noggins, your toe jammers, pom poms, ant brats, They look great. Is it time for another tip?
Tip time?
Oh, I'm ready. Tip time with Monster Handler Matt. So, up next, my third tip is explore nooks and crannies.
What do you mean by that? That's a very interesting
What do
tip.
I mean by that?
You think, like, looking at the island, you're like, what else is there to find?
Well, when I say explore nooks and crannies, I mean that on an island's grid square space, there are often one by one little areas, nooks and crannies, if you will, that appear up sort of tucked in near the horn platforms of an island up near the back. And I always find that they're a great place to place items that you don't necessarily have room for elsewhere. Wishing torches is a very popular item to be placed around a castle, just because there's lots of nice one-by-one grid squares to tuck in there. So if you're looking to economize the space out on the actual floor of an island, explore all those nooks and crannies and see if you can't
use the
jam in some of the
full island.
Exactly, some of the more utilitarian structures like the wishing torches up near the back. Although we saw in several cases that wishing torches had been placed in nice decorative spots around the island as well. So maybe these are some decorations that you that are liked by monsters that you want to make sure are present on the island, but that maybe aren't your favorite decoration. Just go explore those nooks and crannies.
I'd say at the end of the day, make it yours.
Yes.
Right? Really own it.
All right, let's continue taking a look at these islands.
I like how you just jumped in there.
Yeah,
you knew it was
it's my training.
Oh.
It's my Monster Handler training.
Dogs.
Dogs 223.
Nice plant island we got going on over here. Got some globes, got a recording studio, got the wishing torches.
Yes, looking very good. This looks like an island that prioritizes monsters having their separate space and everything else having their separate space, which is nice. Yeah. You know, when it comes time to actually use those places, you're not looking through.
You're like, when I need to collect my stuff,
exactly.
I'm
It's all in one
here.
spot, and then you've got everything else.
When I need to make some bakery stuff.
So a very well organized island. Whoa!
Right, look, there they are.
An infestation of wild bagpipes on
bagpipes.
this Wublin Island. Again, serving sort of like those defenses.
These look like they've penned in each of the Wublins.
Yes. So let's hope that the Wublins can, on their downtime when they're not performing, wade through the high reeds of the wild bagpipes. There's also a few other decorations here that are in use.
We got.
I'm blanking.
The mirror?
The looking glass. I'm blanking. I must gaze into the waters of the. Why am I having such a hard time? Someone help me out. Someone help Monster Handler Matt.
Is there not something about mirror in it? No.
I don't think so.
So you're looking. I'm sure. Somebody is ready to correct you.
I know. I'm having a
brain
fart.
They'll be able to add that to their resume.
Yes, stumped Monster Handler Matt. Another gold island from EU Kearney Hillier bag. I don't think I did that correctly. So apologies for my mangling of that name. But a great gold island.
Lots of epics.
I like this gold island because it's been equally distributed. There's lots of monsters with their own space. It's almost like if you were to do some sort of fitness class on this island, every monster could comfortably, when they say find a spot all to yourself and you can twist all around exactly in this room.
I think it kind of looks like a monster house party.
Oh, you think
some people talking, everyone's kind of mingling, doing their own thing.
Right, a very mixed bag.
Yeah.
Not necessarily organized in any specific way,
just
other
a bunch of conversations all happening all over. Bopping about.
Which is what Gold Island's all about, right? This is an opportunity for monsters who typically don't share habitats to converse. That's right. To meet up with other monsters.
We have an answer from the chat.
Okay.
Llama Poker wants you to know that it was the reflecting pool.
Reflecting pool.
It's funny.
A mirror reflects.
Yes, but that was.
I know, incorrect.
Thank you for remedying
you kept saying looking
my brain fart. I know, I was way off as well. So thank you so much.
It's funny.
This is great. It's so great to have the community hop on board and be able to assist us.
It's funny that Llama Poker answered the question because I was actually practicing my art skills by sketching a llama the other day.
Were you?
It was a spitting image.
Ah, you said I got it. I got it. I got it.
Spitting
Yes, because llamas they
llama.
like to spit.
All right, let's see that next island. Oh, would you look at
Ooh,
that?
A nice little platform. I like to think that Kana here like walks the.
It's like the catwalk.
Yes, catwalk. That's like
Or
what
the
it is.
ghast walk, if you will,
The
in
ghast
the
walk.
monster world. You know what I think this reminds me of? It
What?
reminds me of Kana being in like the center of like a meteor or something.
Oh, so there's like it's
So it's
dug
almost
out
a-
the
well,
ground.
perhaps, or it's more of just like an abstract image of Kana being sort of like in the way that
Oh,
Yule
okay.
travels
Like
by
a
comet.
shooting star.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
So that's what it reminds me of
Very nice.
here.
Har
Wow.
239. That's a loaded
Har
up.
239, one of our former winners of our giveaways
Yes.
in past streams. So
I definitely
hello
have seen
again,
Har
Har
Har.
239.
Many people in the chat there.
A real plantation of potbellies down there by down by.
Lots
Do you know what a group of potbellies is called?
Is it called a plantation?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's called a glut. A glut of potbellies. Why, you might ask?
Because they got a gut.
That's right. They've got
Gut
guts.
for the glut.
That's right.
Can we see that next one by Iggy Rosado? Ooh,
Ah,
fire.
another fire haven. Lots of smunkins growing on this fire haven.
I didn't know smunkins grew.
Smunkins are very resilient vegetables, fruits.
I don't
Depends
know
on who you ask,
I was
right?
gonna say I don't know where we've ended
Where we
up
fall
on,
on
the
that-
pumpkin
on that debate.
or smunkin debate.
Right. Well, and you might have an opinion about pumpkins, but do you have an opinion about smunkins? Am I right? This is a great island. I like. Oh, there's two canas up there, chatting in front of the castle.
Well, I'm having a great day today here. That's what they're saying. I imagine.
That's your
That's my Kana.
interpretation
Yes.
of Kana. Kana has a deeper voice than that, actually.
Well, I'm sure there's very ranges of Kana.
That's true.
Some probably have a deeper voice. some
That's right.
probably-
Can reach higher notes, and some can dwell in the basement, as they say. All right, on to the next.
Very nice here by Jacob Cuva, I believe.
A completely cleared fire haven.
Which is an accomplishment.
It is.
For sure. Definitely takes a while. It took me a while today.
They've got, I believe, a tweedle incubating in their nursery,
And
their
they-
monsters all tucked
yes.
up near the breeding structure, which has a
I think this is
flower
a
egg.
fire haven in the making, in that like, okay, I'm gonna get all my monsters together. Once I have them, then we can start laying this thing out.
It could also be finished. The only reason I say that is because we've got sort of these two distinct groups happening on either side, and
They-
then just that central piece down by the middle. Either way, it's great to be able to decorate an island the way that you want.
As we said, the most important thing is to make it your own. Jam lol 20,
Ah,
another former winner.
the fuser right down there, central, lots of wishing
some
torches lit
lit
right in the
torches.
middle.
Get lit.
Some dragon towers placed on sort of the step down from the horn platforms up there. Up there?
Up there?
Up there.
Up there.
Up there, up the top.
Up there.
Can we potentially zoom in on this one, Eric?
Sure we could.
1 second.
Say hi to Eric, everybody. Hi, Eric.
He's a hard-working boy.
He is
you know.
hardworking.
Oh, it's not wanting to zoom for him.
Not a big deal. I just wanted
Maybe
to
we'll
see if
hold
there was
off
a
on
little
that.
bit more detail that we could see. But I also like the idea of taking in the whole island from a distance.
Yes, I know. That was one of the things that I think we were talking at one point. You like
I like going right down
in there.
at the ground level, so to speak. And then when you take a step back, there can be, for example, who knows if we'd been able to see the Mario and Luigi faces from
True.
up close.
True.
Maybe it's sometimes you need to take a step back. All right, let's take great island there, JML 20. Oh,
Very nice plan.
J Shaw 699-53872 has included their friend code, so add them as a friend if you're so inclined. Help them light some wishing torches. But this is a packed plant island.
Loaded.
Yes, I see a collection of globes down there. There's wishing torches tucked off to the
To be
side.
lit.
That's right. A huge sort of penned-in area of decorations
Decos.
there off to the right, structures off to the left, and monsters in
Definitely
sort of like a
sorting.
parade.
Yeah.
It sort of looks like a parade to me, extending from the castle down to the edge of the island to say, hello!
So, hello.
Hello.
How is it going?
Yes, that's very good. And some of the recently released monsters down at the front. Oh,
Oh, this is a
a
very.
mirror plant island.
I like
from
to
Logan
think that
Peters.
Logan Peters is sending heart to us.
with the rare
Heart
gas there poised right in the middle of the heart.
Or maybe they love rare gas.
And lots of ambered things interspersed with some Bogarts, that's right. A couple of sugar bushes up there.
Epics. This is a nice, well-rounded island. Embracing the symmetry. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Logan Peters also sent us a Dawn of Fire.
Oh.
Look at this. He's put, which I imagine would be his initials.
Yes,
LP.
up there on the airlands of the continent. And looks like all 5 of the elemental lands have been unlocked in Logan Peters' account in Dawn of Fire. Well done, Logan Peters. And all of the monsters perched there on the plant land.
Really fit them in there up on the plant land.
Indeed. Looks like they're organized for the most part as
Based on
single elements along
double,
the front.
yeah.
Then you have some doubles around the edges, then your triples, then your quads.
I like to do
and
that.
your quints appearing in the back. Although, I'm trying to find... Do you see any candelabra? Yes, I see candelabra right up there. And dromedary right there, right at the peak in the pinnacle. Well done. I like this continent quite a bit. Looks like a lot of space to run around in on the other elemental lands.
Yes,
there.
definitely. That's free play zone.
Here's Lorenz 4734's Plant Island. The word O's getting prime billing right down there at the tip of the island.
But the Wubbox is
Near
definitely
the
stealing the
furrowed
show,
brow.
I would say.
You think so?
I
I like
look
the
how
fact
big
that the
they
Wubbox here on this island are offset, sort of a diagonal. They're not in the same
symmetrical.
place. That's right. You love me and my embraced
I do love you.
asymmetry. Thank you, Michael. I love you too.
What do we got
Another
here?
great celestial island. Again,
More bagpipes.
more
all the
wild
time.
bagpipes.
People
Very,
love
very
the
popular.
bagpipes.
Maybe it's islands where eggs need to be zapped too. That there's just something about the wild bagpipes that seem to fit. Because I've been noticing them
As
a
you
lot
say,
on
they
both
were on
Wublin
Wublin?
Island and Celestial Island.
That's
So
very true.
those two islands where monsters need to be revived or awoken.
I saw a note in the chat that said a lot of people consider that decoration especially good because it's affordable.
Oh, well, that's great. Yes, you can place
Makes
many of them on an island and not break the bank.
That's efficient.
Here's
Wow, we got-
Utsi 4's Fire Haven.
Lots
They've
of
got
new-
sort of a 50s diner look going up there at the front. The checkerboard pattern of the different path tiles. I like it.
When you said Utsi, I was just about to say noggin, but because you said Utsi, I said Nugan.
Nougat
So
That's
glad
like
that
nougat.
yeah.
and noggin all combined in one.
Some nice little Nugans down there.
Yes, I wonder if for Utsi's Island specifically, what's happening down there in the bottom left corner is that they are placing monsters that are off breeds, that are failed breeds,
yeah,
but
probably.
they're keeping them on their island because it's a party.
Yeah.
Because it's a party. You get XP from them, and
They're having little sleeps.
exactly, and they can still generate
They still
coins
get you
for you
coins.
even after they've been muted.
It's
So
worth having
that's
them.
great. How many tips do we have left to
I believe
deliver?
We have 2 tips.
2 tips. All right, maybe it's time to deliver my penultimate tip. I'm excited. Are you excited? As
My
well?
glasses
Your
are
glasses
flying
are
off.
gonna fly off there. So, for my penultimate, which means second to last tip, it's Go Globe Wild.
Go Globe Wild!
There's such a luminous spectrum of colorful possibility as far as globes are concerned.
We've
There's
seen that a
so,
few times
I
today.
know, and several islands that we've seen today have really embraced my second tip here of Go Globe Wild. So well done. This is a tip. This is a recommendation that many users have already embraced.
Yes.
Now, globes take a while both to conjure and to fuse, but as part of our Cyber Week celebration, we have the Let There Be Light promotion going on all this week where the conjuring and fusing times have been halved. So it's only 1 hour
So you
for
get
both of those
double,
processes. You can get
basically.
twice as many globes this week as you usually would. So make sure to take advantage of that promotion while it lasts.
That seems like a pretty good deal to me.
So that connects with Go Globe Wild.
Go Globe Wild. That means we only have 1 more tip left. I
That's
think we
right.
have a few more islands, and then last tip. Panda. Squish.
Panda Squish with 2 eyes in Squish. Ah, Mirror,
is Mirror
Earth, Island. Yes, the ethereal sinews really appearing in stark
Really
contrast.
coming out.
And here is a choir of rare choristers.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. Well, actually, from a grouping of choristers, I'd have to look that up of what that group is called.
Yeah. It's not called a choir?
Let me double check. I've got some field notes that I kept here. So comment on the island while I look this up.
The thing I wonder most when I look at this island here is just how many chorister heads are there. I mean, I'm just doing a ballpark estimate here that we're looking at probably 12 or 13. And
Oh, I think there's more than that.
You think there's more than 12 or 13 there?
Of rare
You're
choristers?
thinking choristers.
Yes, I'm thinking base chorister.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'd say close to 17, 18.
Okay, well
That's
then.
what I think.
At that point, well then we're looking at what, there are 7 heads on a quarter? 6, 7?
On a rare chorister? I'm not sure. I'll have to get back to you about that other collective noun for chorister, but maybe it'll come up in a future
Well, I'd love to know what a
episode.
lot of these groups are called.
Oh, for sure. So let's see what our next island is. Hey, our first Sugarbush Island
we
of the
forgot
stream.
Sugarbush earlier. I feel so bad for Sugar.
Well, don't feel bad for the Sugar fam, because here they are getting their chance to to bask in the glory of appearing on the stream. Here's Pete Forever's
There's no
Sugarbush
no
Island. Pardon?
It's Pete Forever.
What?
You added an S to the end there.
What did I say?
He said Pete Forever's.
Did I?
But it's very nice. Got those lit torches.
That's
Very
right.
important.
You've got your trees with some nice path tiling appearing down there at the edges of that piney
I
tree,
like the statues.
and also
all
of
collected.
that other tree. What's that other tree
The-
called? We'll worry about that later.
I think they have all the trees there. They do.
Yes, this is a very tree-friendly Sugarbush Island.
Very nice. Good job. Thank you for bringing us our first Sugarbush Island.
Ah, here's the fire haven of Potawatomi, MSM. Now, thank you so much. Potawatomi actually sent in the correct pronunciation of their name because we had mangled it so thoroughly on previous streams.
Well,
but
thank you. We're sorry. We always apologize for that.
yes, and we love learning more right
Yes.
here at My Singing Monsters. So
So if we say your name wrong,
that's right. Just
let us
feel
know.
free to let us know in the chat what the your preferred way of pronouncing it is. So Potawatomi here still has a fair amount of the obstacles on Firehaven still to clear, but it looks like a complete collection.
very nice. Yeah, and they look slightly bigger. So I'm sure some of them have been fed some goods.
Oh, for sure. Many of these monsters look like they've been leveled up
healthy.
at least to level 10, so they look great. All right,
Next we got
on to the
Corey
next.
Zucker.
Has sent in their Celestial Island. And what I like about the Celestial Island is there are a few spooktical seasonal decorations
They
that
got
have
in
been
there.
placed right up there on that cracked orbital piece. Some frightful fripperies in Invertigus Cemetery.
Very
So
nice.
those look great. The nice thing about those seasonal
They never go away.
decorations, they never go away, and they can be placed on any island where decorations are permissible.
Oh, it's very nice.
That's nice.
I like the new.
Doesn't just
the new
have to be the
seasonals.
island that the seasonal event appears on. All right. Whoa.
Savannah S71601. Very nice fire haven here. Very nice path deck.
Yes, the paths have been arranged in a very vibrant pattern. This almost reminds me of like an exciting quilt. If quilts can be exciting.
I don't think that's something I've ever said. I don't think I'm like.
An exciting quilt.
That quote blew me away.
I think
really
this is
knocked
an
my
exciting.
socks
I
off.
think this is an exciting quilt looking.
I wonder if they're slowly working.
And
to get the-
they've placed some obstacle decorations. The big tree
True,
and I
right,
think
'cause
the
those
big
wouldn't have
rock
been there.
right up there, up at the top, right beneath their wishing torches. I think this is great. What have you got next for us, Eric? Aha!
I'm not saying this one. I'm not allowed to.
Strimes tweets 49's Mirror Plant Island has
Very mirrory.
has sort of it is a lot of reflecting pools down there near the bottom. Noggin taking a central position there, but you know what this reminds me of? It sort of looks like two kick lines of event brats there on either side.
Oh, like
it's almost
da,
like they're ready
da,
to do a can or
Yes.
something like that. I don't know how easy it is for a event brat to be able to learn choreography.
I'm sure they pick it up pretty good.
But as you know, they're not the brightest monster, but they're always eager to try something new. So you might get there eventually with them. They might be kicking at all different times, but you can sort of get a kick
I'm
line
sure they
going.
get there. Can we go to Techno 6778? Ooh, another.
A very good looking ethereal island.
Love me that vibrant color.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like, I think, the most symmetrical thing I think we've seen all day.
You think so, huh?
I think so. It's the only thing is obviously Wisp not looking central, so it can't be super.
You do have
Symmetrical, but-
rares appearing on one side and commons
True.
appearing on the other, but the cool thing is that you've got your common wisp up at the top, your rare wisp down at the bottom.
Now that I look at it, actually, it's like I've been fooled into this symmetry because we got humbugs over here and we got gazillions over here.
That's right.
It's not symmetrical. I got tricked with the dragons and socks.
Yes.
I like
An optical illusion. There's a lot of
True.
things that don't exactly meet the eye about Ethereal Island. Lots of hidden elements.
Can we
to it.
see Phoenix Kevs? Ooh, very nice air.
Air Island.
Mirror?
A mirror Air Island. Yes, you noted the ethereal sinews there. A couple of star rocks appearing right there in front of a bigified rare rebro, looking great.
Oh wow, I didn't even see him. These look very nice.
Yes, Air Island is sort of the opposite of Ethereal Island in the sense that they're a very light colored ground, so monsters can sort of blend into it if they are so camouflaged. And then on Ethereal Island, a very dark background, so things tend to stand out in strong contrast to it. Great job, Phoenix Kev. I
I
particularly
like the use of
this
the
one.
trees. It's very nice.
I do as well. There's a nice, there's a few oculo trees, one, or at least one that I noticed down there.
Is this our first water? I think it might be our first water island.
We certainly have seen very many water islands to date. I like
Snatcher for-
the bar blue statues that have been placed, sort of in a big open meadow, on this water island, and then
There's so many more than they keep appearing. The more I look to the edges and everything.
and a few spirit statues as well. Yes, and especially and some squid statues down there at the bottom.
Very
This,
nice.
very excellent statue usage on this particular water island.
Really
well
using
done,
the nooks and
Snatcher
crannies.
for yes, very excellent use of the nooks and crannies on this island. Excuse me.
Trentovsky.
Trentovsky? Any of these, we hope.
We got
Some of them are correct.
good use of globes here. Or at
Yes.
least exploring the globe.
What do you
usage.
think is being depicted here? It looks almost like a Pokeball to me. But
A green Pokeball, I guess. But yes.
perhaps. Well, yes.
I wonder what they're doing. Like, is it like a Pong game going back and forth? Like, do. Who knows?
Seems to be more of the red than of the green. Perhaps an ongoing power struggle between these two complementary colors.
Yes. Very interesting indeed. Very nice.
And notably, an empty stump up there on the upper right.
Yeah.
Perhaps they are awaiting the arrival of another monster. Perhaps a
Okay.
common Wubbox in
gonna
order
say-
to complement the
I
rare
would
that
say
appears
the-
up there to the
The
left.
common Wilbox would
If
make
we
sense.
had to guess.
Just because people like symmetry.
That's right. On to the next.
Nice. A regular cold.
Yes.
Very nice. I don't think we had seen a regular cold yet. A lot of mirrors.
I'm not sure we had either.
Vesper 1321. Yeah, nice. I like all the monsters, it can get cold on Cold Island.
Yes.
They're all, nice and together.
This really sort of feels like it hasn't been tamed too much, right? It's still a very natural,
Yes, this is
natural island, like a
The
windswept.
wild.
Yes, a windswept frozen tundra plain.
See that next one. Wacky
Wubbox has done a great job of grouping like monsters together here, and when you do that, you get duplicate monsters grouped together. It gives you more volume for that monster part. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Well, one of the
right.
tooltips.
You would get the
a little bit
stronger,
of boost,
Yep, okay.
yeah, on that particular musical part. So you've got a collection of ghasts there, some grumpires, rebros, geodes, humbugs,
Beautiful.
and Wubbox. Wubbox is almost blending in with that Paradise Castle up there.
And actually, rare Kazillion. For a second, I thought his hand somehow extended down, and I was like, "What the heck is going on with that Wubbox?"
Yes, but
it's
it
rare
instead
Kazillion.
has the Kazillions on either side.
Yes. Brandon with this wonderful Fire Haven, bigified Kana.
I like the
So you know
unsnuffable outcroppings that have been placed around Kana. That particular decoration is very inspiring for the monsters of Firehaven because it sort of evokes the idea that these unsnuffable candles never went out, and neither did their hope that one day they'd be reunited, and their hopes were rewarded, their dreams came true, their patience paid off, and now the reunion of the monster world has taken place. And now all these beautiful monsters can now have it together.
Beautiful. Got Christopher here, friend code there, obviously. So if you'd like a friend, there you are. with a nice path work here. They've really covered.
Yes,
I
a
think
lot of
every
ignoxious,
square inch.
obnoxious paths here. Looks like.
Lots of trings.
Indeed.
Got 4 there.
Indeed.
I'm
I wonder
impressed.
if they're waiting for a 5th string to occupy that spot.
I
It looks
wonder
like
if
they've
they're
got a
gonna-
couple of areas reserved for monsters that have yet to be
I think,
to be bred
If
or
I'm
bought.
guessing, I think Trink's going in all 3 of those spots.
So that
Very
would be
good
a
job,
total
Christopher.
of 7 trings once they're done. Wow.
Set
7's my lucky number. I love that. Great job, Christopher.
Igor.
A
another
zoomed in
nice
portion of a fire haven.
Fire haven here. Oh my goodness.
Very busy. I like that the shrub is standing on the red bubblerite path.
I like the use of the.
Be careful, shrub. You don't want us to trip and fall.
I like the work or the use of the obstacles here with the big old candles.
I do as well. It's sort of like it's sheltering this particular area. Well done, Igor. We love this island. Israel has sent in, wild bagpipes, not confined to those other islands. They've done a great job of sort of fencing in that area of bakeries
They don't
and
want
wishing
people
torches.
burning their hands.
That's right. Although it is fire haven,
True.
so there's a lot of heat to begin with. But a nice unity tree that's been placed down there at the front. Maybe they were able to take advantage of the promotion that we were doing, Grateful Gifts, this past weekend.
Hopefully.
In which the Unity Tree and Mini Mine were 50% off. Let's hope that they were able to take advantage of that promotion. But even if they weren't, here they are being able to get the benefits that these structures confer upon their fire haven. So it's great.
We got the whole gang here.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Pat.
Has signed this particular image with From a Little Spark.
From a little spark.
Is able to ignite this glorious fire haven.
It's nice. It's got a lot of nice decorations. They got the double.
The structure's rounding at the top there and sort of that horseshoe shape.
Very good.
That's great. Tring nice and central there. Love it.
Very nice, very nice. Sky Miner. I think this is the last one of the day, so that we'll have our last tip after this. And then, of course, our giveaway.
Looks like 3 of the 10 available wishing torches have been lit here for Sky Miner. They've got some Melda blends there, concluding their wild bagpipe fences. Love that. Some variety in their path tiles there down at the bottom, and a nice little reserved space for each of their monsters in that nice little central area. It's almost like they've got 2 avenues that they can go down and do some window shopping with the Baba Yag towers there. Great job, Sky
nice.
Miner. So last but not least, I have one more tip to deliver
final tip.
before we conclude today's show, and we have our giveaway that we need to do on this show as well, because all of our live streams of My Singing Monsters Live include a giveaway which you can be eligible for simply by tuning in and sharing in this experience with us. So I'll deliver my last tip.
The top tip?
This is my top tip, which sort of complements the other tips that I've delivered, but also doesn't.
Okay.
So here it is.
Give it to me.
Design your way. All the recommendations that I give, some of them might ring true for you, some of them might not, but the great thing about My Singing Monsters is that there's so many ways to make an island your own, whether it's the configuration of monsters that you want to make, whether it's which monsters you pick and choose from of an island's available population, the way that you arrange your structures, the way that you arrange your decorations, the messages that you spell out in your globes, the position of your dipsters. There's so many different ways to do it, and the best part is that you can design your way. So always make sure that you're staying true to your own tastes and your design instincts when it comes time to create your island, and you'll never go wrong.
I think that's a great message. Very nice.
With that, are we prepared to
give it away?
Give it away? Give it away?
Give it away, give it away. Because what are we giving away?
We're giving away, as our giveaway today, the Give It Away tree.
Perfect. And that's something that you can then use.
That's right. Right, to use your decoration. A nice animated decoration from the Star Shop. One of the most, if not the most expensive decoration that appears in the Star Shop on the Natural Islands. Nice. So we're going to be give it away to one lucky user that appears in the chat. And Monster Handler Eric, do we have that user randomly selected?
The winner of today's giveaway is Vamp Celestial.
Oh, congratulations,
Vamp
Vamp
Celestial.
Celestial.
We were
Well
talking about
done.
Vamp earlier.
We were. How fortuitous that
Very
this lined up the way it is. Well, thanks so much, everybody who sent in their islands to us today for us to take a closer look at. It really helps to see that so many people have, one, taken such an active interest in Firehaven since it was released. It's not even yet a week old. And also get to share some of the excellent hard work that they've done decorating their other islands that have been around for a while. So whether you submitted one or you just tuned in to hear us talk about it, thank you so much for joining us today. Michael, is there anything you'd like to say before we sign off for today?
I think the only other thing I'd like to say, I think Eric does have one thing over there
Oh,
that he'd
good.
like to say. But I would like to specifically say thank you for joining us, and we will be having 2 shows this week. We're also going to be having a show on Wednesday.
That's
a little
right.
Q&A.
And our regularly scheduled episode 4
Episode 4.
on Friday.
004, because you know what? You know why I put those 2 zeros?
Because we're going to be making hundreds of episodes.
We're going to be making hundreds. Hundreds, baby!
That's several years from now.
Yeah.
If we're doing this every Friday.
That's in like 2 years.
That's 2 years. Well, we'll see what happens in 2020.
Imagine what we're going to give away for episode 100.
Oh, I can't even imagine it. Before we sign off, a special thanks to all of our subscribers and all of the users who sent us bits. It's a great way to support the channel. Eric, what do you have to say?
We have a new subscriber today. Special shout out to @NotMantisBoy for subscribing during the stream.
Thank you
shout
so
out
much
Not
for
Mantis
joining us
Boy.
at Mantis Boy. Not at Mantis Boy. What is it? At Not Mantis Boy? What's the name? At Not Mantis Boy. Thanks so much for joining the Big Blue Bubble TV Twitch channel. Where
Use that fur corner.
which is the home of My Singing Monsters Live, and the best way to get in touch, one of the best ways to get in touch with the Monster Handlers is during our live stream, because we're right here, and you can join in the discussion live. So, until next time, happy monstering!